So the other thing we want to talk about, because I feel like you guys have the same type of haters. Like,
Yeah, you do.
Like dealing with, do you get a lot of hate? Like what types of things are people saying now? Because now you're killing everyone, getting paid. What are they saying?
The B League, you're fighting nobody. So if I fight like the Turkish guy fought the first round tournament, I still get Yash Madeira, whatever. Okay. He's like the Russians we train with. Like I've seen now, like some of the guys we train with, they train with him. So
Yeah.
So it's like going up to that fight because he's huge over in that wherever he's from, and they was just F you but. Monkey, ignorant.
Oh my God!
Like they hate. And now that I beat them, it's even worse. Like
people from Turkey were saying that.
Yeah, and to this, I still get I go to my DM and it's like the Turkish flag. And I'm like, F you.
Turkish people are the scariest.
Well, they
people.
hate you too.
They hate me because I'm Armenian. So like Armenians and Turkish people will like the things. Then it's at least I have the Armenian followers that like kind of like I don't have to say anything. They get back. But they'll be going back and forth, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to. They won't even be saying anything to me. It's to each other. But the stuff they say, I'm like, oh my God, I have to delete this. This is so inappropriate.
To you, but on hers,
no, they'll say
I remember
about murdering. We went to really mean stuff.
We went to like a Mediterranean restaurant, but it's like Turkish, and we ate there. It's one of my favorite restaurants, and I really like the people there and everything. So they had like these little Turkish coffees, and they look like it's a design thing.
They have these cute little cups they come in, and it's like a little espresso cup, but they're like pretty,
So she took a picture of it, put it on her story, like, oh, something, the best coffee or whatever.
I didn't say Turkish coffee.
Flooded with the Armenians were like, those Turkish people killed all our genocide.
Ancestor.
Why are you promoting that?
I got scared. I deleted. I was like, I just like coffee.
Yeah, they were like, they killed us. They wiped us out as a
people will say, like some of the Turkish people will say on my thing, they're like, I remember this one, they're like, the only mistake we made was not killing every last one of the Armenians. I'm like, bro, you good? Like, it's just a picture. It's just a picture of me and my dog. It's not that serious. Like,
when we did the promo for the fight, I was like, nobody knows how to say the guy's name.
Yeah.
So they just say the Russian Yags, and I said the Russian, but Turkish, so whatever. It's not Russian.
So now
I did it, and I promoted it, and they asked me to post a video like, we did the press conference, blah blah blah. I pulled the unknown, the Russian Yags, blah blah blah, and I posted it that really, like, you're gonna respect Turkish and you're gonna find out to respect him. He's a killer. He's gonna kill you. Like they told me. They called I thought y'all said he was Russian. And they're like, we thought it was the same.
Like we didn't know.
Like y'all just got me on the bad side.
This is your first fight over there too.
It was all bad.
They even messaged like Jenny too, your wife.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Besides, like that's obviously like a specific like ethnic type of hatred, but what people say like the B League or
they say
so
that.
Then I've seen you post a few things like laughing your way to the bank type of thing.
Yeah,
like that's almost easy to deal with.
But that's probably like those things I think don't bother you. They don't bother me like so much that's probably like why like we never really got like the hype or stuff in the UFC, because I'm like at the end of the day like I go home, like people like sometimes people say to me like, oh my God, I'll see some of the comments on your stuff. I'm like, oh no, like
she
people
gets a lot of
I'm like
hate.
It's all like grown men that like DM me and say like, hope I get knocked out, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I really don't, it doesn't affect people. Like, don't look at it. I'm like, no, I can look at it. It doesn't affect me. The only thing is like I'm a girl, so if like someone calls me fat, that gets me upset. But if someone says they hope I die, I'm like, whatever, you're a loser. If they say like I'm fat, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, that's kind of annoying. But like I just think I'm like those people, like I'm so happy and like I don't care about that stuff and like, you know what I mean? So it is. It's just like, if that person's commenting to you, they're obviously like super unhappy. Yeah. But like some people, even at our level, like it bothers them and it really like upsets them.
Do you notice any like these are Bellator fans, like new people that are like not like just MMA guys that knew you from UFC? Is there any of that people are like, oh, welcome to Bellator type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, we got some people, like I have people comment like, oh, I wasn't a fan of you in the UFC, but now it's like I'm actually following. Okay. I see the way you fight. Like, it's more like the people that jump on and say, oh, we're fans now. They don't see like, oh, you're fighting less competition. They see it's like you can see you fighting happy again.
Yeah.
Like in the
Yeah.
UFC, toward the end of my UFC career, I was fighting to prove something to Mick, to Dana.
Yes.
Like I was trying to prove something, which cost me my last fight. Because you see the way I fought Jan the first time,
You were
I
taking
didn't even
him
try to
down,
strike with him.
yeah.
Why was I even striking? This time I was like, I'm trying to prove something. Like I'm gonna go out here and knock this guy out, and it cost.
That's
me.
interesting. So you felt differently going into fights. You're like, oh, I shouldn't use my wrestling. I
100%.
should try to.
100%.
Really?
It was
I feel
a
like
pressure thing.
now that you say that, I feel like even just from like being in the gym and like now you say, I'm like, I do notice a difference. Like,
I'm just happy as shit.
yeah,
now. Like,
you
there's
didn't
no
like
more
seem
stress
more
on
like
me. There's
like
nothing.
more
Because you can fight
anger.
how you want.
I fight how I be who I can go back to being me. Because like I said, you got to get the needle to move, which was they're trying to get me to do stuff on Instagram. And I started trying a little bit, started playing that bad guy role. Like it got to a point where Ali, my manager, called me like, bro, I don't want you on Twitter or none of that for a while. Like what you posting, like the stuff you saying is
Like
not you.
what kind of stuff?
Like I was like I went on the interview and said like when I fought Johnny Walker, I was trying to kill him. Like I want to kill this dude. Like I never want to kill anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to win. I want to win so I get both checks. Like I want to hit him before he hits me.
Yes.
But I hope everybody go home to their family.
Of course.
You know, like I was picking at John every time he did something. I was posting like memes and stuff. That's not me. I don't want to point at crown somebody's downfall. Like now, like even after I got clarity, after I got knocked out and all the stuff happened, I was in the hospital. And all the time I was there, I took time to think. And I remember telling Jen like, this is the Lord punishing me, I feel, because I started changing my character. This isn't me. My mom even told me before. She did it to me once in college. Like, your head is starting to get big, son. You better bring yourself back down. Somebody gonna humble you soon. I was number one kid in the country. Like, your head's getting big. And next matchup, she said, I got pinned by a guy who was like ranked 4.